The Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE.
DOGE, headed by the world's richest man, Elon Musk.
Trump administration's Department of Government Efficiency.
DOGE is facing pushback in town halls across America.
DOGE.
The Department of Government Efficiency.
Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE.
Over DOGE cuts.
Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE as it's famously known.
DOGE is a buzzword you have heard in our newscasts for months. The Department of Government Efficiency, run by Elon Musk, works to cut federal spending. Thank you for counting on Gulf Coast News. I'm Megan Miller.
And I'm Channing Frampton. Though Musk has recently announced he's stepping back from the department, its work will continue. Tonight, in an exclusive story you'll see only here at 6, we're learning DOGE cuts have now reached the Gulf Coast.
Gulf Coast News reporter Alex Howard joins us in studio tonight. And Alex, you have been investigating the impacts of DOGE cuts locally for months now. What have you found?
Yeah, Megan, Channing, I started here. You're looking at a look at the website for DOGE, which publishes the names and locations of federal offices that it plans on cutting, and it even gives you an exact number. After digging through the list, we found the National Park Service office in Naples off Airport Pulling Road had its lease canceled. I knew I'd have to visit the building, but I never expected I would meet a federal employee willing to sit down and talk to me on camera about how these cuts are affecting not just him, but the way our government works. When I first paid a visit to the National Park Service building on Horseshoe Drive in Naples a few weeks ago, I wasn't expecting much.
Formerly, this used to be the LARPO office, which was an acronym for the Lands Resources Public Office. All these,
Until I met Joe Jarkin, a former park ranger and current cartographer for the National Park Service.
Are you worried this interview might get you in trouble?
Yeah, I'm nervous, but this is important to speak out. No one else wants to, so...
Here you are.
Here I am.
He's nervous because he thinks he could be fired for sharing his thoughts about the Department of Government Efficiency pulling his office. 32 pages deep in the DOGE website's leases section, you can find the National Park Service building in Naples slated for closure. But you might be surprised to find out that the people who work here found out that way too.
My admin dude got on DOGE and found out and told us all. He was like, hey, everybody, look at this look on my monitor.
So if this office closes, what happens to all this staff?
I don't really know.
After working for the Department of the Interior for nearly a decade, Joe told me he and his coworkers were ordered to vacate this building by the end of August.
I had a feeling we'd be in some trouble, but I didn't think my office or the people I worked with or any of my colleagues would ever be let go. But then to be rehired?
He responded to all those productivity emails from DOGE that you've heard about, answering prompts that said, provide 5 bullet points of what you accomplished last week.
You're just continually throwing up things that you do, and nobody's saying anything back.
He says they even looked into bringing other federal employees in to try and keep the lease.
Just to make it more viable that hey, we have 5 people here, but another 7 want to work there in the area. So that would be a good reason to keep the office.
Joe says he's worried he'll have to uproot his life to continue his dream of working for the National Park Service.
When this office closes, I still have to go to work. I can't telework, I can't remote work. That's been clearly defined that is a no-go. So what it looks like is I might have to go up to Atlanta.
But it's not just Joe's life that will be impacted. He says it'll impact you too.
So this is all of Big Cypress. This is all the land that Big Cypress owns.
The people who work in that office in Naples are responsible for protecting and preserving our national parks, like Big Cypress here in Collier County.
Serve, preserve, protect. Today, 100 years tomorrow, our children, our grandchildren can see it just how it was 200 years ago from today.
The boundaries of our state's national parks were established decades ago. Now the National Park Service, including Joe and his team in Naples, works to buy privately owned land surrounding those boundaries. Once they own the land, the Park Service is able to protect it from development, an issue more relevant in Florida now than ever.
We've done things for nature preserve area, battlefields to preserve, cultural Civil War fields and endangered environmental plants and animals that like we help expand along riverbanks to protect, natural resources like that.
When this building in Naples closes, there will be no Federal Park Service employees on the Gulf Coast buying up that land. Joe worries it could open the door for developers to snatch up the real estate instead. It paints a grim picture of the future. The Gulf Coast parks could be surrounded by condo complexes and hotels, rather than Florida's natural beauty.
If you can think of like a park unit that you love to go to, maybe Grand Canyon or Arches, and you might start seeing somebody develop a neighborhood over there. You don't want that. So like the Park Service tries to buy land around the parks to make it scenic views protected, protecting the landscapes and everything else.
But with a hard deadline of August 31st, Joe is hoping that the federal government finds a reason to keep his office so he can continue his work.
Like I'm boots on the ground, I've served in the country with the United States Marine Corps. I know a little bit about efficiency. I know a little bit about getting it done. And I just want things to work. I want people to have jobs. I want the American people to experience the great outdoors.
Reporting in Naples, Alex Howard, Gulf Coast News. And it is still possible for Doge to take back their decision to terminate that lease, but Joe is being realistic and preparing for the worst.
All right, so Alex, does this mean Joe will lose his job at the end of August?
Well, that's the big question that I asked him as well, and the answer is not necessarily. He says right now he's looking at finding another office space to continue his work, or even relocating the Department of the Interior to that building in Atlanta.
And we heard Joe mention it. Working remote seems like it could be a solution here, but he said no. Can you elaborate on that a little more?
Yeah, one thing he mentioned to me when I met with him is that under the new federal guidelines, he's not allowed to work remotely, which means in order to continue his work for the National Park Service, he'll have to find an office space.
Wow, really interesting stuff. Thank you so much, Alex. And we did some more digging and found this isn't just happening in Naples. An office for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration in Key Largo is also set to close its doors as its lease ends. That office serves as a marine sanctuary they oversee the Florida Keys National Marine Sanctuary, which is one of 16 national marine sanctuaries. Doge says closing the office will save the government about $200,000. The move is contributing to fears over nearly 24 firings at NOAA made by the Trump administration. Plus, a Bureau for Indian Affairs in Hollywood, Florida, is also on the Doge website that Alex showed us as a lease that won't be renewed. Doge claims the lease will save nearly $80,000.